We're gonna go to what's called screen time. You can open it up and you can look at the 10th item on your screen is called screen time. Or you can type it in the search box, screen time, 2 separate words. Now this is an important tool. Now I want you to know that my wife and I use this, okay? We use this for ourselves. It's not just a thing you can use for kids. It's something you can also use for yourself to make sure that you are living a life that is in the moment with your kids, spending time focusing on God, focusing on family, focusing on all the things you need to, and not being consumed by technology. How many of us have been consumed by technology regularly? Now there are a lot of different options here. You probably get in there and wow, it says, what's your daily average use? Might be scary for you, who knows, but don't worry, this is gonna help you change, okay? Then there is the first feature on there is called downtime. Now downtime is a feature that I use personally and I have used very regularly and have really enjoyed. And what downtime is it says, hey, once I hit this certain time of the day, my phone will fade out almost all apps. Okay, you can turn on the schedule of downtime. And if you turn on the schedule of downtime, it will tell you a certain period of time. So maybe you want to be able to do it at 5. Maybe when you get back from work at 5:30 or 6, you just want to put down your phone and just focus on your family. You can use downtime. And then what it does is it makes all of your apps totally fade out. You can use them if you have to. If you're in an emergency, don't worry, you can use them. But they're going to be faded out and it is going to be so annoying to be able to use it. It forces you as the user to not want to keep using your phone after a certain time. So downtime is a great thing. You can choose to turn it on until tomorrow, or you can schedule it. Now, the other thing you have on there is app limits. Are there any apps that you are using a lot? I'm looking at you, any parents who use a lot of social media. Come on, be honest. No, everybody has their own apps that kind of their weakness. For me, I love reading financial news and tech news, okay? I use way too much of that. And maybe the social media apps don't get me that much, but YouTube, man, that is addicting because it feels like you're learning something about how to build something, how to garden something. I mean, who doesn't love gardening? It's amazing. So you don't want to get sucked into that. You can click on app limits and then you can choose what apps that you want to be able to add limits to. So you can either choose a category like social, games, entertainment, creativity, productivity and finance, education, information and reading, health and fitness, utilities, which who knows why you would cut off utilities because it's like the calculator. If you're the one person using the calculator too much instead of spending time with your family, this is where you can shut it down. You know who you are. Okay, shopping and food, travel, others, and websites. Okay, so you can even choose websites. I'm telling you specific websites, which is crazy, but you can do it, okay? So you go through there, you can even choose specific apps that maybe you have in that category thing, and you can shut it down. For me, for example, I choose on Saturday and Sunday that I can only use certain apps for like 10 minutes, okay? So it really makes it so hard, and it's so annoying because it pops something up. And the point of this thing, you might be like, why, Robbie, do you keep telling me how annoying this is? That's the point. The point is to be able to make the device more annoying so that you don't want to be able to use it all the time. Because I personally struggled a lot with the idea of just getting a dumb phone, okay? I wanted to just get a dumb phone for a while so that I could focus on my kids, on my family. Technology was so compelling, it was pulling me in. But guess what? I need some things on a smartphone. I really need GPS. Like, that's important because otherwise I'm gonna get lost.
Maybe it's a shortcut, Dwight. It said go to the right.
It can't mean that. There's a lake there.
I think it knows where it is going.
This is the
The
lake.
machine
This
knows.
is the lake.
Stop yelling at me.
No, it's
Stop
not
yelling.
there. There's no road here. Remain calm. I have trained for this.
Like, there are some things that I need. My brother is a missionary overseas, so I need to be able to talk to him, and the only way I can call him is through FaceTime. So it was helpful to have a smartphone, but I didn't want to control me. So guess what? I was thinking in my mind, how can I make my phone a dumb phone? And guess what? You can. That's what screen time is for. You can selectively choose to make your phone or different elements of your phone that addict you dumb so that you don't get addicted to it, okay? So you can use them when you need to. You can stop them when you don't need to. Then there's a little thing that says always allow. So there might be certain apps you always want to allow. For me, I always allow maps. Now the other thing I always allow is for books. If I want to listen to audiobooks, okay? So I use Audible or Libby or any of those sort of things that you might be used for audiobooks, and we can even talk about those at some time, but those are on there. Now you have to decide what is important to you, but you can choose always allow apps. So even on downtime, those apps won't be canceled, okay? And then the next is content and privacy restrictions. And those you can just go through each sort of things to be able to apply restrictions. But you might see right there where it says use screen time passcode. Okay, so you gotta come up with a passcode. So I clicked on it. Okay, we came up with a passcode. Okay, and then there's a bottom part that says share across devices. That sounds awesome, right? All of your devices can have screen time, and they can all have the limits that you put in on your phone. Now, there's a feature that Apple has added to this. And the thing that they have allowed on it now is you can create content and privacy restrictions for your kid's device. So let's say that you gave your kid an older iPhone, okay, to be able to use. Now, we might not recommend that you give your young kid an iPhone, but if you've given your kid an iPhone and you as the parent know best on when to give that, this is a way that you can actually use screen time, and you can choose that this is my device or this is my child's device. And as your child's device, you can create a parent passcode. That's right, a passcode that only you as the parent have. That way you can create certain locks on your child's device to be able to protect them from using the screen too much. And if it is their device, you can go through and you can cut back on a whole bunch of things that they can be able to do. If they can purchase stuff, if they can, what apps they're allowed to use, who they can talk to, all sorts of things. It can notify you on all sorts of different information that is extremely important. So that's it. We just talked to you about screen time, and this is a tool that is going to help you as a parent and make your life easier for what it is you do. Stick with us, come back and watch the rest of the series as we go through different tools that will help you be able to benefit your kids in a wonderful way without getting them sucked into technology, or even you as the parent to get sucked into technology. Come back, watch the rest of it. I'm Robbie Bear with Movie Guide.